The Nigerian man accused of trying to blow up a Detroit-bound airliner with explosives pled not guilty in federal court. Umar Abdulmuttalab was quietly delivered to court in an unmarked SUV Friday morning. The 23-year-old is accused of trying to destroy this passenger jet on Christmas Day. Prosecutors say he injected chemicals into a package of explosives concealed in his underwear, but the attempt failed. Abdulmuttalab is now facing 6 charges, including the attempted use of a weapon of mass destruction. He said little during the 5-minute hearing on Friday. He acknowledged he understood the charges against him. The judge then entered the not guilty plea on his behalf, and the hearing was over. Outside, though, there was plenty of drama. A number of Muslims held a rally trying to make clear they are just as angry and appalled with Abdulmuttalab.
We're really here just to protect the name of humanity, protect the name of Islam, and let the world know that we really can't stand for the few that are hurting our name. Can't stand for the few that are hurting our name.
CBS News Special Report, I'm Dan Raviv. 7 people reported dead, 20 wounded as a U.S. Army base in Texas is under attack. Someone, reportedly 2 people, one report says 3 attackers, opened fire on people at Fort Hood, about halfway between Waco and Austin, the state capital.
Can't stand for the few that are hurting our name.
Top of the hour, he is 19 years old from Jordan, and authorities say he had an SUV packed with what he thought were real explosives. They were supplied by the government, though they turned out to be fake. He put them yesterday inside a parking garage in Dallas's Fountain Place skyscraper, a 60-story building there, one of the highlights of the Dallas skyline, and tried to detonate these explosives with a cell phone. Then he was arrested. Hassam Smadi is his name. We expect to see him in a couple minutes in that courtroom.
Can't stand for the few that are hurting our name.
Rami Zamzam is one of 5 Americans that news reports say are detained in Pakistan. Police there say they arrested the 5 Wednesday in Sargodha during a raid on the home of a leader of a militant group linked to Al-Qaeda. Pakistani officials say the men are being held for having invalid passports. The police accuse them of planning a holy war.
And they were here for jihad. They had left their video cassettes back there for their parents that they have left for jihad and they won't be back. So we suppose that they were here for some very bad activities.
Can't stand for the few that are hurting our name.
It began with terror raids in Queens last week. Tonight has led to 3 arrests, including 1 local community leader. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. 3 men are in custody tonight in the terror investigation that centers around an alleged plot to attack New York City. Late last night, federal agents arrested 2 people in Denver, Colorado, and a man in Flushing, Queens. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang joins us with the details. Lucy?
Well, Joe and Sandra, only 1 of the 3 men arrested is believed to be involved in a plot to blow up public places in New York to inflict a huge civilian casualty count. But all 3 are being charged with lying to investigators, including a local Muslim leader whom police had trusted and relied on in the past.
The imam of this mosque in Flushing, Queens is 37-year-old Ahmad Afzali. We're told police have relied on his help in the past, but this time he is accused of double-crossing the feds. 2 weeks ago, police asked if he knew 24-year-old Najibullah Zazi, a terror suspect under surveillance. Afzali said yes, and that should have been the end of that. Except authorities claim Afzali then called Zazi to warn him that he was being watched. According to a transcript of that telephone conversation, Afzali said, quote, I want to speak with you about something. I want a meeting with you. I was exposed to something yesterday from the authorities. They asked me about you guys. If Afzali thought he was doing the right thing, he is under arrest tonight, charged with lying to authorities.
Can't stand for the few that are hurting our name.
It was the ultimate betrayal, murdered by the very people who should have protected her. Banaz Mahmoud, who was just 20, is seen here in hospital after her father attacked her. A month later, she was killed.
Our name.
54-year-old Chaudhry Rashid made his first appearance in court Monday, just a day after police say he killed his own daughter because she wanted to get out of an arranged marriage.
Our name.
A brutal crime in Buffalo, New York. A Pakistani-born man is accused of beheading his wife, and there's speculation it may be a so-called honor killing. CBS News correspondent Michelle Gielan reports.
Police found Asiya Hassan's decapitated body after her husband turned himself into authorities last Thursday. She was lying in the hallway of Bridges TV, the Buffalo, New York cable station the couple started in 2004.
Our name.
Friends and classmates are in shock right now after two teenage sisters were murdered, police say, by their own father.
Now police want to find Yasser Saeed. CBS 11's Bud Gillette is live outside the Saeed home in Louisville. Bud?
Well, Karen, Louisville police and Denton County Sheriff's SWAT officers are just cleaning the scene here, leaving on Lakeland Drive here in Louisville. But here's what it looked like just a few moments ago as officers went through the home of Yasser Saeed. Someone once thought they'd seen movement inside the house. It shouldn't have been there. No one was there, but nonetheless, it triggered an hours-long vigil. Nearly a dozen canisters of tear gas popped their ways through the Louisville home. Nearby sharpshooters keep an eye out for wanted capital murder suspect 50-year-old Yasser Abdel Saeed, a taxi driver accused of murdering his two daughters last night and leaving their bodies in his cab at an Irving hotel.
Our name.
It's a story that shocked the Valley, now the country. A Valley woman allegedly run down by her own father for becoming too westernized. Tonight, after 10 days on the run and a trip around the world, Fala Al-Maliki is back in the U.S. and back behind bars. Good evening, Arizona. I'm Patty Kirkpatrick. 20-year-old Noor Al-Maliki, that daughter, is still unresponsive tonight in the hospital, nearly 2 weeks after being run over in a West Valley parking lot.
Our name.